On this episode of I Do, we talk rings, venues, dresses, and even moving into your new home. Everything to make your perfect day and the perfect life. Welcome to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. I'm your host, Chelsea Cardwell. Today on the show, we are at the beautiful Martin Mansion in historic Hague in Norfolk, Virginia. This gorgeous wedding venue hosts some of the most picturesque weddings. Come on in. Susan, thank you so much for having us here.
It is such a pleasure to have you here.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the house?
Sure. This incredible mansion was built in circa 1909 by Alva Martin, and Alva was a Renaissance man. He was extremely accomplished, responsible for locating the Port of Virginia here in Norfolk.
Wow.
So an incredible man and family.
Wow, and now it is open as a venue for weddings.
It sure is. We've been having weddings here since 1925.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's so historical. So how large is the mansion?
It is 10,000 square feet.
That sounds like a party.
It is. It is a great party. We use these two parlors as a wonderful place to mingle, mix and mingle. We have an incredible reception hall that guests can enjoy a fully seated dinner. We don't do catering, but we have an incredible array of restaurants and caterers that we recommend from around the area.
That's great. So you can actually pick something that could be your favorite.
Very individual things. So we don't want to, we want to give all our clients a wide array of options.
Right, and make it as unique to them
as
possible.
That's really important, right?
Absolutely.
We have very limited guidelines considering the historic nature of this home. We love for our clients and our brides to be able to really make it personal and their own venue. This is more like a mansion that we want you to make your home for that day. The other very unique thing that we bring to the table is we are in the historic Hague section of Norfolk, and we are a stroll to incredible activities for your guests that come to town. They can stroll to the Chrysler. They are a stone's throw from downtown. Norfolk has so much to offer, and you don't have to get in your car and drive everywhere.
That's wonderful. And it seems that you guys are you ladies as well, are very in touch with the brides, which is huge because a bride always wants to feel like she can talk or call you at 2 in the morning if she needs to and know that everything's going to be okay and it's going to be the best day of their life.
We love our brides. We have fun with them. We have a good time helping them create this incredible moment in their lives. We love our jobs. We feel so privileged to be part of someone's special day. So if you're interested in booking the event, just give us a call. Please visit our website, womensclubofnorfolk.com, or give us a call anytime. I'm available 24/7. We'd love to have you visit and take a tour.
Wonderful. Again, thank you so much, Susan. I've learned a lot. It's been such a pleasure being in this mansion. It's beautiful, and it has such a rich heritage.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's so great to have you here.
Yeah. I don't want to leave.
Oh, you don't have to.
Okay. Obviously, one of the biggest decisions any bride has to make is your wedding gown. And with so many options out there, where do you turn? Luckily, the folks at Studio I Do Bridal have your answer.
Studio I Do Bridals carries the largest selection of bridal fashions in the state of Virginia. My name is Ashley McAkron, and I'm the owner of All the Rage stores and Studio I Do Bridals. Studio I Do Bridals is a little unique from most retailers in the state of Virginia. We are a sample store, so everything you see behind me is a sample that we've decided to bring into our store to showcase to our brides. With that sample, it may be one size and one colorway here, but we have many options in that sample to do. Maybe it's an ivory sample and you want to wear white on your wedding day. We can certainly order any of the selection behind us in alternative colors that fit your needs.
We give you a full experience here at Studio I Do. We walk with you from the beginning to the end, and we can even style your bridesmaids, your groomsmen, as well as mothers of the bride and groom. I'm Amber Hamilton. I'm General Manager of Studio I Do and All the Rage stores. One of our favorite things about our job as stylists is that we get to build a relationship with our bride and her family. It's so much fun. As we help brides in and out of their gowns in the changing room, we get to talk with them, hear their story, learn a little bit about them, and we are able to, with the bride, as we build that relationship, help guide the appointment so that the bride really feels like it's her day, that it's about her, and she gets to find the dress that she loves.
A lot of brides don't know where to start when shopping for a wedding dress. The way we've designed our studio helps take a little bit of the overwhelming factor away from them when starting their dress shopping process. Here at Studio I Do, we have all size ranges that you can imagine for brides looking. So you don't have to worry about being a certain size or looking for a certain silhouette in a certain size. We have it all. We help brides from size 0 to 32 women's here in our store, in our showroom, and we have samples reflecting those sizes for you to try.
You can get everything top to bottom here. We can do headpieces, veils, shoes. We can style your bridesmaids, we can style your groomsmen, we can style your moms. You can literally get everything. We have jewelry that we actually just went to New York and picked up some new jewelry lines, so we're really excited about that. So yes, we can style you from head to toe.
The Studio I Do bride is someone that does have a little bit of time in the wedding planning process. Our dresses do typically take 4 to 6 months to come in, although we do have some availability in rushing those dresses if need be. We really want that bride that's going to shop in the studio to be stress-free, not worried about her dress arriving on time, and the way we do that is by making sure that our brides have about 6 to 8 months until their wedding when they choose to shop in the studio. The average price point of our dresses can range anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, which gives us a big range to help any bride that's looking for a particular style and within a certain budget. Choosing a wedding dress is an amazing experience. We want to make sure it is perfect for you. So schedule your appointment and we will take care of the rest.
Every bride deserves a wedding gown that is just as unique as you are. And with the largest bridal selection in the Commonwealth, Studio I Do has designers like Badley Mishka, Allure, and Haley Page, so you're sure to find a wedding gown that is 100% you. Studio I Do is where being in love never goes out of style. We would love to hear about your nightmare stories, your reception stories, your funny engagement videos, so please send them to us. We want you to be a part of our show too. When we come back, we're going to talk with the folks at Goodman & Sons, and they're going to explain to us why finding the perfect engagement ring is so important. So stay tuned. Welcome back to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. Everybody dreams of having the perfect wedding ring. I mean, our Pinterest boards are full of them. But how do you decide? Cut, clarity, size? Luckily, Goodman & Sons is here to save the day.
It's quite often that gentlemen come in and have absolutely no idea what to buy. And that's okay. That's okay. And that's why it's so very important to first find a place that is reputable, that you trust or can grow to trust, that can answer those questions for you, because it can be a daunting task to come in and buy a piece of jewelry that a woman's going to wear for the rest of her life. It's always more expensive not to listen. She's going to give you hints. She's going to tell you. She's going to talk to her friends. She's going to give you all these hints. So try to pay attention as best you can if you intend on kind of surprising her. Understand this is a gift that you're giving to her that's to represent your love. And so to involve her, much like you're going to involve her in your marriage, is important. And I think it's smart. And do it early on. Go ahead and go out shopping with her and just pick up on those notes and those hints. Well, here at Goodman & Sons, we make it very easy for you to come in and pick an engagement ring and walk out of the store with that engagement ring that day. We have a lot of preset things, and even if you want to pick your diamond and pick your mounting, usually if it's in stock and it's, within her size range, within a couple of days we can have that set for you. But I say a good rule of thumb is if you give yourself 30 days from the time you want to propose is a safe bet to say, hey, let me come and get my thoughts together, figure out what I need to do, and go for it from there. I know people get caught in the budgets and how much should I spend? I ask this question: how long do you intend to be married? And oftentimes I'm met with forever, which is the correct answer. I tell them that is how long you have to get the perfect ring. In other words, that first ring doesn't have to be huge, but it has to be special and has to be meaningful. She has to know that you spent time and effort getting that ring. She doesn't necessarily want the biggest diamond. That's what I'm finding. Coming in to buy an engagement ring with a wedding band in mind is actually a smart idea. Oftentimes what I find is women will pick an engagement ring that is absolutely gorgeous and they love, but now it's time to get the wedding band and they didn't consider it and there isn't one that matches, and so we have to go into customization, which is okay, but they may have possibly gone a different route had they known that. So oftentimes many of our rings I will show them with a matching band because I want her to see the end result. This is what you will ultimately be wearing for the rest of your life. A lot of women at some point, depending on their career, may only be wearing the wedding band for a while versus both pieces. So it's important to, yes, to think about that as well as engagement ring. Here at Goodman & Sons, we have some great salespeople that are willing to work with you through the entire process. One thing I love about being a family-owned business is that we can kind of slow down and we don't have the push to be pushy. We don't need to be. We have quality products, we have quality people, we have expertise, and we're going to hold your hand through the whole process, making sure that you make the best decision possible.
At Goodman & Sons Jewelers, you can rely on the highest expertise from master jewelers who are going to ensure the best quality diamond wedding ring. Goodman & Sons Jewelers, the prettiest diamond in the room. When we come back, we're going to help you avoid your first fight. How do you combine two households into one? Stay tuned. Welcome back to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. We polled thousands of newly married couples and asked them what's the biggest hurdle to overcome after you get married. We found that combining two households into one can sometimes be a problem. What's trash and what's treasure? Luckily, the experts at Grand Furniture have just the thing to avoid crashing that honeymoon.
It's a good idea when you're starting over and blending together that you have an open mind and decide between yourselves that your must-haves, your have-nots, your pieces that you can do without, and that's a good way to get a conversation going to know how to blend your pieces together. I'm Jackie Bauscher. I'm the Visual Merchandise Manager for Grand Furniture. I take the new merchandise that comes into our building and accessorize it to make it inviting for our customers. I think it's great if customers do their homework ahead of time and have a preconceived idea of what they have in mind, doing their homework, either watching other television shows, doing their homework online and research online and in magazine and print and Pinterest to come in and have already a somewhat of an idea of how you would like to blend your two styles together. I recommend for new couples to choose their selections to be very transitional, so that way they can blend some of their already existing furniture and accessories, or they can blend in new accessories and furniture with something that's transitional. So it's less of an expense for them to put out when you're starting over. Find something that's going to last you a long period of time. Our furniture here is known to last for lifetimes, so it can be accessorized as trends change, but transitional can blend both ways, and it's an easy way to be eclectic and bring both of your lifestyles together. If the gentleman has a specific piece that he insists on keeping, we might try to encourage him to upgrade that piece, but if he insists on keeping it, we can blend it with something that's already in existence or blend it with some new merchandise that we have here at Grand. Grand Furniture does offer a website that you can search and see what we have to offer before you come in here. It's a great idea to somewhat have an idea of what you're looking for, and then when you ask your sales associates, I saw this online, and they can give you the guidance to that particular piece after they do their basic interview with you to find out what your needs are and your wants are. They can possibly guide you to a better selection, maybe because of budget or because of size and space. Our company's been around since 1947, and we have a lot of highly experienced sales associates as well as visual merchandisers with design experience that will be happy to help with blending what you already have or starting fresh and new and making selections of brand new pieces.
Grand Furniture knows family, and they also know that combining two households sometimes means starting fresh. Grand Furniture offers quality home furnishings at a great savings. Haven't tied the knot yet? Don't have any idea where to start? Follow me, and I'll introduce you to Janelle from Vivid Expressions, and she'll help us figure out where to start in planning your dream day.
I'm Janelle Bailey-Keene. I'm the owner and artistic director of Vivid Expressions. Vivid Expressions is an event design studio. We focus primarily on weddings and special events, and we just really love telling couples love stories and visually bringing them to life. I'm a little bit more specialized than a wedding planner. Wedding planners are generally project managers looking over every aspect, so from makeup and hair to transportation of the bride and groom. I'm focused more on the design and the aesthetics of an event. So from linens to lighting to the perfect flower selection, I'm visually telling your love story, and I want to make sure that every element is put together gorgeously, and I can pull all that chaos from your Pinterest board together in one cohesive image and one cohesive design. Well, welcome behind the scenes. This is our art area and workspace.
What an amazing workroom. This is absolutely gorgeous. So you do all of these yourself?
Yes. I am not only the owner, the artistic director, as well as lead designer. So it's my responsibility to kind of take lead in helping the client, pull out all their dreams and their visions for their big day, and then I actually put it on canvas or on paper. So we have watercolor illustrations that really detailed all the elements of the wedding.
It's identical. It's beautiful. So when I come in with like my 10,000 Pinterest boards, you somehow form that into this.
We customize everything to not only meet the vision that you're looking for, but also maximize that budget.
Right.
And it's broken down into 5 things. We consider, of course, the fresh floral products, whatever flowers you're choosing. We also consider what we call hard goods, and those are the things we're not going to get back, like candles. Once they're melted, they're gone.
Right.
But there's also things like rental items. Maybe you're going to have vintage furniture. Maybe you're just going to have linens. So those things vary.
Now I've heard, did you do the bouquet as well?
I actually do the bouquet. These are examples, and this is actually a fresh flower bouquet. Would you like to try it?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So, here we go.
Oh
Just a little something we put together for you guys.
For me? Oh my goodness, this is absolutely beautiful. So, can I see a little sneak peek of how you made it?
I can share with you our floral workroom if you like.
Thank you.
Why don't you join me this way? So here we are. Welcome to our flower room. This is where the production and the real work begins to turn those images into magic.
This is absolutely gorgeous in here, but how on earth do you make this from that?
Well, we have the flowers come in specifically for each event. We select each flower for the brides based upon what they love. I actually have them shipped in to our shop directly. They can come in from California, they can come in from New Jersey. I've actually had them come in from overseas, but they come in and then we process them. We actually, give them a nice little cut, put them in floral food, and give them a couple of days so they can open up and they can really be ready for their debut, and then we actually create the products here on site.
Wow. Well, again, thank you so much for having us. It is amazing in here. It makes me want to get married right now, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank
you
for
coming. So much fun.
I really love sharing this with you, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come by. I love having guests in our little studio.
Well, I appreciate the flowers. Thanks
so
again.
Much.
Need a fairy godmother to make your perfect day come to life? Stop by the showroom at Vivid Expressions and let them make your dreams become a reality. If you have an amazing engagement and wedding video, send it our way. We can't wait to see it. That's it for this episode of I Do. Check us out on Facebook, and if you missed any part of this episode, you can always check it out online. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on I Do. Welcome back to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. We poll thousands of newly married couples, and we ask them, what's the biggest hurdle? Today on the show, we are at the beautiful Martin Mansion in historic Norfolk, Virginia. I just looked at you like a child. I was like, sorry. On this episode of I Do, we talk about who to marry you, how to get married, and where, at the gorgeous Sanderling Resort in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. You're not going to want to miss this one. Welcome to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. I'm your host, Chelsea Cardwell. Today on the show, we are at the gorgeous Sanderling Resort in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, nestled between the Currituck Sound and the Atlantic Ocean. This resort is perfect for any destination wedding, but don't take my word for it. Let's ask the experts.
The Sanderling Resort is located 5 miles north of Duck in the northern Outer Banks. Since 1985, we've been welcoming families and friends and having weddings. Hi, I'm Wendy Colson-Murray. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing at the Sanderling Resort. We are a full-service resort that includes spa, restaurants, and full-service activities. We actually have 3 buildings here at the Sanderling. We have the Beach House, which is your main building where you would register and where a lot of the activities come from. We have the North Building, which is more family-friendly because it does sit in front of the family pool. And then we also have the South Building. We do have 5 homes. We have a 6-bedroom home called the Cappy House. It sits right in front of the Atlantic Ocean. And then we have 4 additional homes with sound views. The life-saving station, it was a Coast Guard life-saving station back in 1896. Since that time, Mr. Slick turned it into a restaurant, and we have continued to upgrade it over the last several winters, and it is our family-friendly 3-meal period dining restaurant. We do about 95 wedding events a year. That would include brunches and rehearsals and the actual ceremony. We do not do ceremony only. We will do reception only. Well, here at the Sanderling, we have several different packages. Our elopement packages actually does include your wedding cake, or s'mores if you prefer, with the fire pit. It includes the officiant, and it includes a dollar amount towards your florals or however you might like to use an event designer. If you are not on one of the elopement package and you're one of our larger weddings, then those items are ones that you would bring in from the outside. However, you do have a planner that you're going to work with from the very beginning, from the time that you call in and inquire with us until she walks you down the aisle. So you're going to have a full service planner here at the Sanderling. Of course, we have the beautiful beach for your ceremony. We have an event lawn. We have an observation deck. Those are all great ceremony locations. For reception locations, we have the event deck. That's a nice inside-outside flow with a fire pit. We have the pavilion, which is about 4,500 square feet. It has a beautiful sunset view, the Currituck Sound. We have some smaller rooms if you're looking for just more of a family-style dinner. At the Sanderling, we book our reservations about 18 months out, but we've also booked them as little as 3 days. The wedding sizes start from 15 and go all the way up to 200. With our vacation homes, it's easy to accommodate different family units or the bridal parties. We also have 120 guest rooms, so no matter what size your wedding, we actually can accommodate everybody here if they choose. I think what a bride loves most is once they arrive at the Sanderling Resort, they are able to enjoy what they've spent their time planning. We take away all the stress from them and all the details. You don't have to go anywhere to get everything you need for your wedding. You're not going to have to worry about when the tent person arrives, when the dance floor arrives, when the catering team is going to come and set up. We have a full-service spa. So between the salon, the manicures, pedicures, the bride can really have a special morning with her wedding party and her family. We can even have their mimosas and food brought over. She can really be relaxed in a very relaxing, calm setting, maybe while the guys go play some golf. At the Sanderling Resort, we're going to be sure that your dream wedding becomes a reality.
I'm with Davis Walker, and she's one of the wedding planners at the Sanderling Resort. Thank you so much for meeting with us.
Welcome to the resort.
Oh my gosh, it's been absolutely amazing. It's gorgeous here. How hard is your job to have to be here every single day?
Harder than you'd think, especially on a day like this when I get to be outside a little bit. But beach weddings are certainly unique, and we take that near and dear to our heart, not only as a beach property, but also as a wedding location, being in the destination area.
So what is different about y'all versus another resort?
I mean, where to begin? I feel like part of it's just our experience, the level of service that you're going to get with this type of a venue, but also the fact that we are very in tune with our area. So, for example, a bride may not think of this, but before her ceremony, I'll walk out onto the beach to see which way the wind is blowing to make sure that her hair is blowing back in the wind, and it looks great for all of her photos.
I need you 24/7.
That's not something that we expect our clients obviously to think of, but that's part of what they get sort of unknowingly, when they reserve us.
Right. So what's different about you as like a wedding planner 24/7 versus just like a day of planner?
Well, we really take the process from start to finish entirely, so I'm there with you when you're just inquiring and you're not really sure what to expect in that very first stage, all the way through your actual day. And I think that being a full-time planner on site allows you to be extremely familiar, not only with the venue in the area, but the local vendors, and really be able to provide the best experience for your client.
Right.
So you know where to sneak the bride, when you're trying to get her from one spot to the other, unlike maybe a mobile wedding planner who would be sort of new to the space and may not be able to provide as much to her client for that reason.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the steps that are involved from the very beginning of me coming in and saying, okay, I want you. How does it go?
Usually our first step is food. We want to plan the menu because that typically can lead into a lot of the other decisions that they'll make.
Right.
So,
and y'all use a lot of local stuff too.
Yes.
Right. So it's really based on the season.
Absolutely. So I have to sort of guide her towards the right choices that might be seasonally appropriate for her and based on what she's looking for her vision of the day.
Right.
So that's something that we guide them towards with those choices, and then once I know that, I'll be able to set up a diagram for her. So we get into floor plan and layout and sort of what it looks like from a bird's eye view, and then we get into the pretty stuff, the decor, the fun things, different special features of their wedding that might sort of talk more about who they are as a couple, and then some of the things like linen colors and overall look for the day. And then typically the timeline will fall into place sort of once all those puzzle pieces come together, which is typically the most important part of the day, and really why I'm here number one, and something that not all brides do think about is the timeline and orchestrating that, and that's something that we want to lend our expertise on because I'm going to be the one doing it. So it really falls into place from there, and then we'll wrap up a couple weeks beforehand, make sure we have all the right details in place. I'll reach out to all of her vendors as well to make sure that the whole team, everyone knows what to expect and where to find me and so forth. And then she just sits back and relaxes and buckles up for the ride, really. I think finding your venue is like finding your husband. Yeah. You should know and you should click pretty quickly or have that moment where you're in the right hands. And so once you make that step, the rest of them should fall into line. Yeah. And really trust that person with what they're sharing with you. And if you've booked them, we hope you trust us anyway.
Well, I love that because it's about the day of just trust that it's all going to be okay and enjoy it because it goes fast.
My happiest clients are those that say, wow, I just really trusted you and I really gave you my day. When I feel like I can take that in and turn that around and make it into your most perfect, amazing day, it's because you gave me that trust, not because I did anything about it. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me.
What a pleasure.
It's so peaceful being here.
Oh, we're so glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm jealous of your job. We are just getting started. When we come back, we get to check out and check in to the world-class spa at Sanderling Resort. So stay tuned. Welcome back to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. Today we have the pleasure of being at the Sanderling Resort, which is an absolutely gorgeous resort in the Outer Banks, an awesome wedding destination location. Thank you so much for being with us, Debbie.
Oh, you're welcome. We're so happy and excited to have you here.
Yeah, so you are a wedding planner here, correct?
I am.
And how long have you been here?
Going on 7 years.
Oh my goodness,
At this
wow.
particular venue.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are days where you save the day and your bride doesn't even know that you did it.
Probably just about every wedding in some small way. The bride really shouldn't know.
Right.
I like to think that I prevent a lot of those things from happening, but you know, every little thing cannot go perfect every single time. So, I mean, for example, I think it was actually my very first wedding on this property, and my cake didn't show up. Luckily, I just got on the phone with the bakery. There was a mix-up in her production schedule, and I said, well, we're not serving cake for about an hour and a half, so you've got an hour and a half to get my cake here. And it was a hot day, so the bride and groom just thought that it was in the back, and we rolled it out when it was time to cut it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just you know, little things like that.
Oh my goodness, I would be so anxious, and you just do it seamlessly.
It's just part of the job.
Yeah.
I think when you're in this business, you thrive on, you know, anxiety.
Right. What was one of your favorite weddings to do?
I guess one of my recent favorites would be a relatively local company from the Virginia Beach area. In fact, they're big four-wheelers and come up to Corova and Duck.
Yeah.
And so actually on this beach access right here, wedding party, everybody's, you know, takes this access to the ceremony, but then we had Dad and bride staged in the Jeep down at the other access, and he rolled her up, and they entered by Jeep. That was very
that's
cool. Very
that's
cool.
really
Yeah.
cool. Now, I see behind us is the family pool, right? Which is making me wonder, I'm sure that you have had to be the buffer before for difficult family members or rivalries.
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of family dynamics, as you would expect.
Right.
And, you know, I always tell my brides, it's your way, it's your day, it's your way, and I am the buffer. So I encourage them to let me know, kind of, are there some dynamics going on that I need to know about, because I can help and kind of, you know, keep certain folks away from other folks, or you know. And sometimes the bride and the mom, they're amazing friends, and it's wonderful, but day of, mom, you know, her nerves, and she's making the bride nervous just by her nerves. So just kind of, you know, manage those.
I'd love to be a fly on that wall.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I'm sure.
It's amazing.
Debbie, thank you so much for having us. It's just been a pleasure. You're a wealth of knowledge. Now, I heard that you have a world-class spa here, correct?
Absolutely. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't, but I think it's time to sneak in.
The spa is the perfect setting because what we do is decompress and unplug. You have the treatment rooms that have the backdrop as the curry tuck sound. Each and every angle that you look at, it promotes healing and well-being. And that's part of what the spa is about. For massages, we do aromatherapy, we do deep tissue, sports, Swedish, relaxation. And the best thing with the massages, they're customized to your individual goals. So we'll meet with each one of the guests one-on-one, find out what your expectation is, and deliver that goal for you. I always tell our brides, come in the day before and get a facial before. It sets your makeup, makes your skin glow, and makes it look really nice in the photos and the images. And the reason I like the spa makeup line Jane Iredale that we use, it's a mineral-based makeup, so it works well in flash photography and for filming as well. One of our favorite treatments is the Sea Creations facial. It uses the Babor signature line, and it's actually a facial that uses massage techniques with seashells. So what we try to do is complement the environment that we're in and the setting that we're in. Energy that when the bridal party comes, it actually complements the entire spa atmosphere. It's a very calm setting. It's a very therapeutic setting for the bride. The energy's diffused. We're able to cater completely to her individual needs. There's so many different places that you can sit and relax. We have chase lounges where after your massage you can just regroup, decompress, and just take a little nap if you like. With the wing, the way the spa wings are is that you can reserve the space. We can have it catered from our restaurant. We can have mimosa bars that's there for you, brunch items, because it's always important to eat for your wedding. And then we'll have everyone set up for hair stations and manicure stations. A perfect day for a bride would be to arrive early, Head over, get a massage, enjoy, get that energy, nice calm feeling. Then you can have a nice lunch in our solarium, glass of champagne, and enjoy your wedding party in the salon so you can do your hair and makeup. And the best thing is you don't have to travel. You can walk right across the street to your venue.
What an absolutely perfect way to end the day at the spa at Sanderling Resort. When we come back, we're going to be talking about one of the things that couples almost always forget until it's too late for their wedding. Welcome back to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. We spend so much time planning every detail of our wedding day because we want it to be the most amazing, memorable day of our lives. And it is. But how do we relive that day after it's over? And how can we share the feeling of our wedding with friends and loved ones who couldn't attend? A picture is certainly worth 1,000 words, but video, that's worth 1,000,000.
I've been shooting wedding videos here at the Sanderling since 2012. At the resort, it's always easy. I work with a lot of the same vendors. I know every location that we're going to. Everything usually runs seamlessly. I love the coordinators here. It's always a great experience. You know, I think videography in general sometimes might be forgotten when you're planning out your wedding. It's not something you should forget because it's really important, especially when you're visiting the Outer Banks and you have this beautiful place and maybe you might have some friends and guests that aren't able to attend. And capturing that day, your joy, your emotions, your movement, your audio from vows and the ceremony, what better way to take that home with you and have that to cherish? Wedding videos can actually be certain lengths because it depends really on how long your ceremony is, but a lot of the time they're around 45 minutes to an hour for your feature film, and then we'll also make a highlight video that's 4 or 5 minutes, and now actually people are even making minute-long videos for Instagram. Actually, at expos, I do tell brides that research is always great within your wedding. In my field with wedding videos, you should simply watch them. Go on a site, watch the video, see what you like, see what you don't like. Know that there are opportunities as far as capturing audio. You see brides and grooms reading their vows, their letters to each other. What's refreshing now is that we have a lot of brides and grooms that actually take the time to ask us a lot of questions and tell us what they envision, what they want shot that day, and then we work together to make sure that we capture what they want. Some of the nice moments during a ceremony definitely is that groom shot when the bride is coming down the aisle. I actually get asked for that a lot now. Your wedding day is one day that just flies by, and to have videographers there capturing moments that you wouldn't have seen, capturing audio, capturing joy and emotion and mannerisms, and then being able to have that at home later for your kids and your grandkids and yourself to watch at any given moment is a really nice thing to have. As far as choosing real love weddings, we've been doing this for a while and we've shot a lot of weddings, especially here at the Sanderling. We want to be at your wedding, we want to be invited to your wedding, we want to meet your family. We truly care about your wedding day.
So, you've hired your videographer and gotten your menu and music taken care of. Now it's time to get emotional. There is one thing that can make or break your ceremony.
For as much as Travis and Caroline have consented together in marriage before this fine company, before the world, by the power vested in me by the great state of North Carolina, I now pronounce and proclaim you to be, from this moment forward, husband and wife. Travis, you may kiss your bride.
Jay, thank you so much for meeting with me.
Yeah, you bet.
So, you are officiant at Sanderling Resort, right?
Here at the Sanderling and up and down the Outer Banks, over 100 miles of beach. For about 25 years in the church, 3 different churches, and then 15 years here on the beach.
Wow, so how many weddings do you think you have done?
Oh, Lord have mercy. A lot of weddings, a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never counted them all.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wow. So do you accommodate all belief systems?
I do, as long as I can stay true to who I am. I mean, I can't come and pretend to be a Buddhist monk or a rabbi.
Right.
I have my background as well, but I'm very sensitive and very, well, I wanted to honor their background as well. So I'd say, hey, let's, like, for example, just this last week, a couple from the Philippines wanted to incorporate a Filipino tradition where they did what they call a cord and veil.
Right.
So they were both had a beautiful cord and a veil, and we read a little piece that fit that, and I didn't pretend to be somebody I wasn't,
Right.
but I was able to facilitate for them something very important as a tradition.
Right.
And I can do that, as long as we all stay true to who we are.
Right.
Man, I'm in.
Yeah. Do you find that there are specific types of wedding vows that work the best?
Just the type that fits them. The type that when people hear them sharing those vows, they go, yes, that is so them.
Yeah.
That's not just something they found in a book. That's them. That fits. That's real.
What do you love the most about the Outer Banks in particular?
Oh my goodness. Well, I love that where I grew up in Florida, there's high rises all the way up and down. As you look down the beach, well, either direction, you see houses, beach houses, and the ocean. And it's one of the few places on the eastern seaboard that's like that.
Yeah. And it truly does feel so untouched.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
How do you get to know the couple so well before the wedding?
Well, I have a great tool that I use with all my couples. It's a ceremony prep form. Obviously, we have the luxury of Skype these days and FaceTime, and all that stuff is good. There's nothing like having I try really hard to have a coffee with all my couples and have a prep time, but as I take their input on that preparation tool, I build every ceremony from scratch to fit that couple.
I love that.
Yeah, of course. There's a few things I love to put in, like at the end of my weddings, I love to say, from this moment forward. I love doing that. And I even have some couples go, Jay, make sure you say that part, because they've seen it on video or something. Well, it's just something I like. But for most of it, it really is. It's definitely from the heart, but it's preparation of making sure that when we stand there on the beach that day, we're going to hit a home run. We're going to hit a home run. I like to think that every ceremony is different. Every couple is different. It's like a fingerprint. No two couples are the same. I don't think you should have a cookie cutter ceremony either. Are there some similarities in some aspects? Sure. But we build every ceremony to fit that couple. Like, for example, with a lot of couples here on the beach, they like to do the sand ceremony, where they'll take some sand right in the ceremony, right on the beach. We'll take some sand representing each of their lives in some big clamshells, and they'll pour that sand into one vessel. All those grains of sand coming together, very significant to what we just witnessed, their lives coming together. You couldn't take those grains of sand out again and put them back into those two shells. It's a great keepsake, and they get to take home some of the very ground they stood on when they said, I do. So yes, every ceremony, in my estimation, should be real and authentic and perfectly tailored to that couple.
Well, it was wonderful to chat with you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the walk.
Yeah, you bet, Chelsea.
Yeah,
good to talk to you, too.
Good to talk to you, too. That does it for this episode of I Do. But before you go, if you have any hilarious stories or awesome engagement videos, send them our way. We want to see them. Be sure to like us on Facebook so you don't miss any upcoming info. And if you ever miss an episode, check us out online. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on I Do. On this episode of I Do, we talk about who to get... Dang it, I'm sorry. If you're looking for the absolutely most amazing, relaxing way to start your marriage, come here at this spa. Sorry, I can't wait to miss. So that is amazing that y'all have a pool for families as well as for adults. Oh, that was terrible. That's gonna be in the blooper reel, I know. Be sure to like us on Facebook to stay up to date with all of the new info. And if you ever miss an episode, check us out online. Thanks so much and have a great day. I don't know why I said that, I'm sorry. On this episode of I Do, we talk diamonds, desserts, dresses, and so much more. Let's get the party started. Welcome to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. I'm your host, Chelsea Cardwell. Today on the show, we are at Norfolk Botanical Garden. With over 175 acres and more than 60 gardens, it is absolutely stunning and a perfect place to have your wedding. I'm with Jessica Hintz, the wedding director at the garden. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
It's absolutely gorgeous here.
It is.
It seems like a really hard job to have to be here every single day.
Yeah, it's difficult, but I make it in, yes.
Oh, wonderful. What's one of your favorite parts of working here?
My favorite part of working here are all of the different people that I get to meet. As wedding director, we have so many clients from not only Hampton Roads area, but up and down the East Coast. We're a garden for everyone, and that's really the pleasure of working here is meeting all the people.
So how many different locations do you have for wedding venues?
So we have 13 dedicated locations for our wedding packages. Each of our wedding packages comes with a number of choices for your garden ceremony location, your cocktail location, which can be indoors or outdoors, and a reception location, which can also be indoors or outdoors. The most popular and most requested wedding venue is Renaissance Court.
Renaissance Court.
Yes, it's a tiered Italian style garden. It's absolutely stunning. It's green all year round. It's a beautiful backdrop for weddings and photographs. We have, I believe, the largest rose garden on the East Coast. It is absolutely stunning. And when you walk through, the scent of roses just kind of pulls you in. It's one of our most popular wedding sites.
I'm sure that weather comes up a lot.
Yes.
Is that one of the main questions that brides have?
So if it rains, there are a couple options. The bride and groom always get to make the choice of where they want to move the reception and possibly cocktail hour if it's an outdoor space.
Oh, great.
And we're ready, we're always ready for any logistical change that needs to be made.
And if I wanted to book a wedding, how common is it to give you a call and to say, okay, I want to come?
Oh, very common. We probably get 200 to 300 inquiries every month.
What is a normal recommended time to make sure that I get my favorite spot?
So typically, if you know that you want to get married at the garden, we definitely would have you come in and we would do a tour. We would go over all of the logistical options with you, and we recommend booking 6 to 9 months in advance if you have, especially if you're tied to a very specific date. We can do everything from a simple elopement from 3 to 15 people up to a wonderful outdoor tented reception for 400.
So why do you find that brides choose to come and pick the Norfolk Botanical Garden for their venue?
Well, it kind of speaks for itself. The garden is absolutely beautiful. It makes for a phenomenal backdrop for your wedding. Most of our clients do not need to bring any additional decor in for their ceremonies because nature provides it here for them.
Jessica, thank you so much for having us. It is absolutely beautiful here.
Oh, my pleasure.
And speaking of beauty, the 4 C's of diamonds: cut, clarity, color, and carat. But what is most important? Our friends at Goodman & Sons are going to help us decide.
Two diamonds are never going to be the same. The 4 C's of diamond buying, you know, color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. We've heard it before, but what do they mean? You know, color is going to be a scale from D to Z, and it's going to measure how present nitrogen is in that diamond. It's going to produce a yellow hue, so DEF is going to be colorless. GEHI, even is going to be near colorless. Then you talk about carat weight. That's the one most people understand. They think it means size, but really what it's referring to is the actual weight, the specific gravity of that diamond. 1 carat, a 3/4 carat, a 1/2 carat, and that can be arranged. And then you talk about clarity. Clarity is misunderstood too, but it's referring to the birthmarks or the natural inclusions in that diamond and how visible they are. Cut is the most important factor in the cost and value of the diamond. The absolute most important. Why is that? Every single diamond has a specific or ideal proportion. right? And it's when you cut the diamond to that ideal proportion that you unleash the maximum beauty. Here at Goodman & Sons, we pride ourselves on picking brands that really speak to cut. And you'll hear the word ideal thrown around a lot, but that can mean a lot of things. There are two institutions that most people are familiar with, GIA and AGS. When it comes to cut, AGS is more known for its strict regiment of grading primarily on cut. Well, the diamonds we have, specifically, I'm speaking to our Forevermark Black label, takes it a step further. Forevermark diamonds are really near and dear to my heart. I love what they stand for, and I think they really speak to this generation. This generation is concerned about the environment. When they mine these diamonds, they're concerned about the biodiversity of the communities that they're in. They go in oftentimes making partnerships with the government, so they make sure that the resources that are there are being distributed equally. That strengthens the communities that they were in, and it leaves a positive footprint on the processes there. We're here to mine diamonds, but we're also here to make your life better. It's great to know that I have a product that hasn't harmed anyone. It's better to know that I have a product that has actually done some good. The tolerance for error is immeasurable. They're so perfect that your eye is going to catch the symmetry. It's because the diamond has been perfected in its cut. It has the ideal shape. It has the ideal proportion. You want something that's beyond excellent. Is that possible? Absolutely, it's possible. Absolutely, it's possible. Things get better and better with age. Much like your relationship, you want to pick a diamond that has been well crafted. When you come to Goodman & Sons, number one, you're walking into a family-owned business that has been in business over 70 years. I have spent literally hours with customers just explaining to them the 4 C's, just explaining to them the process so they understand what we're going to do. Our interest is making sure you make the best decision possible. It does me no good if you buy a great ring from me and then never come back. I want to be your family jeweler for generations to come.
Wow, I had no idea there were so many facets to picking a diamond. When we come back, we're going to talk about the bedroom. Welcome back to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. Now, I'm a firm believer that every wife should have her way in the bedroom. But after what I just saw, maybe we can compromise. Check it out. I'm at the Grand Furniture Showroom and with Jackie and Steven, and you guys are visual merchandisers, yes, correct? So what does that mean?
That means that we take all the furniture and accessories in the business and foo-foo it up and make it beautiful and make it more of a pleasant shopping environment for the customer.
Right. When you actually get married, you combine 2 households, right? How in the heck do you do that in a bedroom where it's essential to have relaxation and be calm?
That is probably one of the most difficult situations when it comes to merging 2 families or 2 lifestyles. A lot of times the men don't want something a little more on the foo-foo feminine side, and women don't want something so masculine. And you definitely want to keep it romantic and light and a place to relax. Right. So when you're merging 2 lifestyles and being eclectic, it's a key to keep one common element and then blend things around that. So for instance, we have a seafoam green here that is, the common element.
We have 2 sets here. This is a masculine set.
Okay.
That can be made more feminine with accessories and bedding, and same with this set, a more feminine and can be made into more masculine, also with bedding and accessories.
And a lot of times you don't need to spend a whole lot of money, although we would enjoy you to come spend money in Grand Furniture, but you don't need to spend a lot of money. You can use the elements that you already have in your home that helps with some of your expenses of starting out.
Awesome. So can you kind of show me a little bit of what you were talking about merging these 2 beds to make one unique design?
Absolutely.
Cool.
So like Steven mentioned, we have a more feminine bedroom that perhaps the lady may have introduced, and it looks very, very soft and very feminine. So we can definitely show you how by simply switching out the bedding, the pillows and the bedspread, over to a more masculine bed that maybe the gentleman brought into the relationship, how we can blend the 2 and how quick and easily it can be done with just simple accessories.
So that was absolutely amazing. You did that so fast.
Thank you.
And they both look completely different.
Thank you.
So if somebody in our audience has a question and they want to come in and have y'all design their new house for you, is that something you offer?
We will be more than happy to answer any questions for any customers. We can help them start all over or how to tie in what they already have. Our sales associates are also great professionals and designers, so we can help out with ourselves or with the sales associates.
And I've heard that you guys get new things in almost daily.
Correct, yes. With the Grand Company, we get in things 5 days a week.
So you truly can pick out something that's unique and not everyone in the neighborhood's gonna have.
Correct, exactly, because you can pick and choose what you like to your personal taste or what will work in with your existing furniture.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Who knew it could be so easy to combine two tastes into one? With so many tastes out there, it can be complicated to pick one flavor of wedding cake. But at Gigi's Cupcakes, you don't have to. I'm with Katrin at Gigi's Cupcakes. This place smells like heaven.
Thank you.
So you're the owner, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So what made you decide you wanted to get a Gigi's Cupcakes?
I just had been looking at franchises and nothing felt right, and I walked into a Gigi's Cupcakes and everyone's just happy. It's really hard to be sad around cupcakes, and I was just like, this is perfect.
Why should a bride come in and choose cupcakes over a wedding cake?
The price point is better for her, definitely. I think the opportunity to cater to all of her guests at the same time, whether it's someone who wants one bite of a gluten-free cupcake, they can get a mini. If it's someone who wants a giant Kentucky bourbon, we can accommodate that as well. So she takes care of all her guests. Her price point is good. We take care of setup, delivery. We have stand rentals. So I think definitely our towers with a small cutting cake so she doesn't lose that moment too is just the way to go.
That. Then you can still have that wedding cake moment and save it for next year as well, but you also have that variety for the rest of your...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's awesome. I love this, and I would love to check out the kitchen.
Sure.
Could you give me a tour?
Yeah, absolutely.
It smells like pure joy in here.
Today we're making our wedding cake. Would you like to bake with me?
I'm so excited.
Wonderful. Put on your official Gigi's apron. Right over here is where we decorate the cupcakes.
Very cool. Oh, they look great.
So this is our wedding cake, and we decorate it with our homemade vanilla bean buttercream. And we do our signature Gigi swirl in every cupcake. So we start in a up and down position. All right.
Oh my gosh, you make that look so easy, and it's not 3 tiers.
Yes, and then we use our nonpareils to decorate the wedding. All right, would you like to try some?
Sure. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Start in the middle. You really, oh wow, you really have to push it out. Did you okay? I kind of added a 4th, didn't I? You always can have some extra frosting.
Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, that was much worse.
It takes months and months of practice.
I bet it does. It's really fun though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do this one since it's the best. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You just get to play all day.
Absolutely, we definitely do. We definitely do.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been amazing. I've learned so much. Biggest question of the day. Can we get to the best part now?
Absolutely. Take your pick.
Okay. I gotta go for this lemon shortbread. I mean, the fact that you make the shortbread yourself, it has custard on the inside, right?
Yes.
This is really big, guys. Oh my god. Love it. Okay, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut because I'm gonna need to go eat all of those cupcakes. But when we get back, I'm gonna try and fit myself in a dress. Welcome back. Every bride deserves a gown that is uniquely you, but there are so many styles out there. How do you find a gown that matches your body type? The bridal stylists at Studio YurView are here to guide us to our perfect gown.
Studio I Do has the largest selection of dresses in all of Virginia, and we can accommodate brides from size 0 to 40. Every bride that walks into Studio I Do will be able to try on a gown that will fit their body while they are here. When a bride comes in, we really try and build that relationship with her and talk to her, and we spend the whole time that we're with her talking to her, getting a vision for what she wants for her wedding. So some brides are very traditional. If we have a traditional bride who wants something very clean lines or something that's going to be very timeless, we have certain gowns that will match that style. We also have brides that come in and they want what's in right now. They want the trend. They want what's new, and they're edgy, and they like being on the edge of that fashion. We carry a ton of designers that will do that for them as well. So we can point them in the direction of what their vision is and their style is as we continue talking with them and hear, what are your flowers gonna be, and what's mom gonna wear, and what are your bridesmaids dresses? And so a lot of that comes in just with having that conversation and building that relationship with the bride while she's here. Almost all of our brides walk into the store with some idea of what they want on their wedding day. What we recommend, especially if it's the first time trying a gown on, is that you try on something in each silhouette, so that you try on an A-line gown, or you try on a mermaid, or you try on a ball gown to figure out which dress looks best on your body. One of the amazing things about our selection is that we also have separates. So we can take a top and a bottom and piece it together, and you can create your own wedding gown. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, a bride will leave here with a gown she never thought she would end up with. We can do custom measurements for everybody. So if it's your height, if it's, we have brides that are 6'3" and they need extra length on a gown, and we have brides that are 4'8" and they need it to be proportionately smaller. So we can do custom measurements for every single bride that walks in our store. We always recommend when a bride chooses her gown to get the size that she is the day that she is purchasing the gown, because the reality is life happens and we all want to lose an extra 5 or 10 pounds, but sometimes it just can't happen for whatever reason. So we always recommend getting the size that you are on the day that you purchase the gown. We have a list of preferred tailors that we work with, and we highly recommend each and every single tailor that we would send you to. They can always take it in between 1 and 2 dress sizes, and it's always easier to take in than it is to let out. They are very familiar with wedding gowns. They do wedding gowns specifically. You want a tailor that is familiar with that kind of boning and structure in a gown, tulle, those kind of materials, so they are familiar with those. And we have our little bag of tricks in our fitting room. So we will get you in any dress. We can pin it, we'll tie in it if we need to. We will get you in that gown. Our passion is to help brides find their perfect dress and make their vision become a reality. So we invite you to come to our new studio and meet with your stylist to find your dream wedding dress.
I loved learning about how brides can have the option from a veil to a cape, so you can show off your gorgeous hair. Now, from something new to something old, let's see how the wedding dress transformed from what it was then to now.
The Hunter House is a Victorian house museum. It was built in 1894 for James Wilson Hunter and his family, and it's located in the historic Freemason district in Norfolk. The museum puts on a variety of special programming throughout the year. Most of it is themed to something uniquely Victorian. We do a variety of afternoon teas. We also do events with the community. We do scavenger hunts. We currently have an exhibit on bridal gowns. It's called Bid Adieu to Girlish Days, Wedding Gowns of a Bygone Era, and it spans the time frame from 1890 to the 19-teens. I would say that the wedding dresses from the Victorian period, some of them are very different from today, but you can also see some of the styles reflected in the gowns that are being currently put on display at most bridal stores. This dress is from the time period between 1890 and 1900. This particular dress is not one of the silk overlay, lots of beading. This particular dress is cotton, it's wool, it's practical, it's comfortable. The person who wore this dress was most likely upper middle class, based on the fact that it is not very opulent and that it seems to be something that they would wear again and would be very utilitarian. The dress in the front bedroom is from a wedding that took place in 1912. It belonged to Frances Cooper, and she married into the Baldwin family. Those two names should be familiar to anyone from Norfolk because they are local Norfolk staples. The dress is silk. We see some beading and we also see some overlay. Very typical of what you would see of a wealthy family. This dress dates to somewhere between 1900 and 1910 based on the silhouette. We see more of a column-like structure when we get into the 19-teens, and this dress definitely reflects that. We see a lot of netting, we see beads, we see beautiful silk that's in this dress. This would also be a dress that someone wealthy would wear. This dress is somewhere between the 19-teens and 1920s. It's one of the later ones that we have in the collection right now. It is also something someone wealthy would have worn, and it also contains silk and some appliques. We would love for you to come and visit us anytime at the Hunter House. We are open April through December, and we give tours very regularly Wednesday through Sunday. You can always visit our website. It's www.hunterhousemuseum.org, and we're very active on Facebook. So if you want to get the skinny on what's going on with our events, that's the best place to go.
That's it for this episode of I Do. If you have any heartwarming videos or stories of your special day, send them our way. Check us out on Facebook for any upcoming news. And if you missed any of this episode, watch us online. And join us next time on the next episode of I Do. Okay, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut because I need to go eat all of those cupcakes right now. It's a gown that is uniquely you, but with so many styles out there, how do you pick? Luckily, it's messing with me. Whether you're a history buff, a military buff, or just caught in the battle of where to get married, I have the perfect location for you. Welcome to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. I'm your host, Chelsea Cardwell. Today on the show, we have the privilege of being on the historic and regal Battleship Wisconsin in Norfolk, Virginia. Walking along the main deck is like taking a trip through our nation's history, and now it plays an essential role in many couples' future.
This ship will turn 75 years old next April 16th. We were launched December 7, 1943 and commissioned the first time April 16, 1944. We are almost 75 years old. We've been in 3 different wars, World War II, Korean War, and the Gulf War, the first Gulf War. The ship was designed for 1,900 men. However, in World War II, because of the threat of kamikazes, we added more guns, and that required more gunner's mates to stay alert at all times. And so we added 1,000 men. The crew climbed to 2,900. By the Korean War era, now we're firing on jets and not prop-driven aircraft, and so the crew dropped to about 2,300. However, because of technology, the elimination of some of the guns in the Gulf War era, but the addition of computers and Tomahawk weapons and Harpoon missiles, we reduced the crew to about 1,600. We were decommissioned for the last time in September of '91. She arrived here in 2000. And it was official December 14th, 2009, and we were awarded or gave custodial care of the ship to the City of Norfolk. We're opening more and more spaces on the ship, and we'd love for those that are around the area and your friends that come to visit to come down to Nauticus and see what's been opened on the ship since 2010. We invite you to come here and have a wow moment. We want you to come and have an experience that you can take home and share with your friends. We strive to create those moments of understanding for those that haven't been in the Navy and for those that have. Share your stories with us and we'll share our story with you.
The battleship can be rented for all types of events. We do military receptions and ceremonies as well as weddings, banquets, and corporate events. My name is Dana Mayo. I'm the Special Events Sales Manager for the Nauticus campus, which includes the Battleship Wisconsin. Well, there are a variety of spaces on the ship that can be rented. So we have spaces that are small enough to accommodate 10 to 20, and then we have a space that's large enough to accommodate 500 plus. You do not have to be military to get married on the ship or to have a wedding on the battleship. We do have a lot of affiliations with the military, but you can get married here whether you're military or not. We have preferred vendors for catering, but the other vendors are the client's choice. So if you have a specific photographer or a decorator that you want to use for your wedding or event, you can certainly use them. You just have to use our preferred caterers. Alcohol is allowed, and it is done through our caterers. If you're having a wedding, you can bring your own officiant. You can bring anyone that you desire, whether they are military or non-military. Our events end at midnight, but you're able to choose your 4-hour time block up to midnight. Generally, we book 1 year in advance so that we're aware of all the events and or cruise operations that are taking place on the campus. If someone wanted to elope or have an impromptu wedding celebration, it's just based on availability, but it can be done. The battleship's a great place to have a wedding because it's unique. We're out on the water, you have one of the best views, but not only that, it's an historic icon. There are not many people who can say that they have had a wedding on the battleship. To reach us for event rentals, whether it's a wedding or a corporate event, you can go to our website at www.nauticus.org. We'd love for you to have your wedding on the Battleship Wisconsin, one of the most unique venues in Hampton Roads, an iconic historic ship out on the Elizabeth River.
This iconic venue will encapsulate your special day and time and forever frame your marriage in heritage and history. But the venue shouldn't be the only memorable part of your day. Let's talk desserts. Who says you can't have all the flavors all the time? It is your wedding day. It should be as unique as you are. At Gigi's Cupcakes, they have a ton of flavors so that every guest will have zero complaints. I hope your sweet tooth is ready, because mine is. I'm with Katrin at Gigi's Cupcakes. This place smells like heaven. When you walk in here, it's almost overwhelming how many options you have. How many cupcake varieties do you guys offer?
We have 14 on our menu every season, and then we do specials every day.
So as bride, I'm coming in and I want to do something different and do cupcakes instead of wedding cakes. What does that process look like?
So you would come in for a tasting. You would get to pick 5 flavors. They can be something on our menu or our list of thousands of other things, or we could custom make one for you. We just did a rosé wedding, so we custom did a cupcake for her wedding.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing and also very overwhelming. So when I come in and I want to do cupcakes, can I pick a lot of different flavors? I don't want to just do one. I want to give the kids a ton of different options.
Yes, absolutely. We can do as many flavors as you're needing. We can also do dietary things, so if you have some guests that are vegan or allergic to gluten, we can accommodate them as well.
Oh, that's awesome. What is the timeline normally like for a bride when they decide, I want to do these cupcakes? How long would you recommend?
Sure, most brides come in about 6 months before their wedding just to nail everything down, make sure their date's available. But last week we had a bride come in on Monday and we had it ready for her on Friday, so.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
As long as we can, we try to accommodate.
Yeah, that's great. When do you guys start baking?
The morning of the wedding.
Oh my goodness, so you can make like 500 cupcakes in the morning?
Yes.
That's crazy. So they are super fresh.
They're super fresh.
Well, the kitchen smells really, really great. So can we maybe take a tour back there?
Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little bit about the other flavors we have here?
Sure, these are definitely some of our most popular for weddings and bridal showers. We have our lemon shortbread. That's a lemon cake with lemon custard in the center, a lemon frosting, and then we bake homemade lemon shortbread cookies and crush them and put them on the outside.
Wow.
We have our Midnight Magic, which is a devil's food cake with chocolate chips baked in, chocolate buttercream, and chocolate chips on top. We have our strawberry shortcake, which has fresh strawberries baked into every one. It has a strawberry buttercream on top, and that's a popular one for weddings. And this is our flourless chocolate torte. It is a flourless cake with a chocolate ganache on top and sprinkled with powdered sugar.
I don't even know what ganache means, but I want it. You can definitely tell it's a labor of love to work here.
Absolutely, absolutely. My girls love baking, all of them do, so we have a lot of fun every day.
I bet you do. Okay, so I basically tried like every flavor, and let me tell you, they are crazy good. Speaking of crazy, did you have something nuts that happened this wedding season that you caught on camera? Well, don't keep it to yourself. Share with your friends and send it our way so that we can put it on the show. When we come back, we're gonna talk to the ladies at Here and Now about getting your perfect wedding gown at the drop of a hat. Stay tuned. Life doesn't always happen according to plan, but that doesn't mean that you can't have your dream day with your dream dress, even with a less than dreamy deadline. Luckily, the ladies at Here and Now are here to help you find a stunning designer gown, even at a moment's notice. Take a look.
If the dress is here, the time is now. Our inventory is all off the rack, so it's constantly changing daily. My name is Jessica Lowry, and I'm the manager of Here and Now Bridal. We're located in the Hilltop North Shopping Center off of Laskin Road in Virginia Beach. We think that the experience we give here is really unique because a lot of times when you try on different samples and you're trying to picture like, oh, well, what would this size look like? What would this color look like? But here, you see it already. And we also have a tailor on site that if you know you need like a little hem or a little tweaking, she can totally do that for you. Because this area is so highly saturated with military couples, we just found really a need for options for quick turnaround without having to sacrifice the designer quality of their gown. Whenever we get new gowns in, it's kind of a little surprise for us. We try to get a large range of different styles because you know they want to add their personal style to it. So we do have a large range in styles, we just never know exactly when it's going to come in. We get new gowns in between every 4 to 6 weeks, but sometimes it is a little faster. It just, you know, it depends on how quickly they're coming off the racks. If you see something you like on our Instagram, we're constantly updating our social media pages. If you see it, you should act fast because we never know how long it's going to stay in the store. We get lots of new one-of-a-kinds that are exclusive to our store, so we find that that's really special for brides to come in. It's just kind of a nice incentive to say, you know, oh, well, this is a one-of-a-kind dress, so no one else in the country will be able to wear this gown. In our store, we carry a wide variety of different designers that are discounted 40 to 80% off regular retail, which we find that a lot of budget-friendly brides really love because they get a high-quality gown at a very cost-friendly price. In our store, we can accommodate both walk-ins and appointments. We recommend appointments if you really want that one-on-one experience. We understand that you not always know your schedule, so we welcome walk-ins anytime someone comes in. We have seen so many brides that are like, well, I ordered a dress online and now my wedding's in 2 days and it hasn't come in, or hey, like my military spouse is getting deployed and we have 2 weeks to get married, can you help me find a dress? And you know, we like to cater to everyone, whatever special needs they have. Not only do we carry wedding gowns in our store, but we also have a wide variety of different types of accessories like veils, headpieces, jewelry, so it can be a one-stop shop. We offer gowns at 40 to 80% off regular retail, so you really get the chance to find a dream dress at a dream price. We get to celebrate that with you by taking your picture, uploading it on our social media, and also you get the chance to sign our signature dress. Our signature dress was designed 3 years ago when we opened, and it's just how we celebrate our brides. So if you get to sign it, you get the chance to join the Here and Now family.
Who knew that you could walk in and walk out on the same day and pick a stunning wedding gown that was only meant for you? That sounds like my kind of retail therapy. With so many things going on your wedding day, it's easy to forget about what comes after that. How do you merge households or combine interests or even pick out appliances? Luckily, Grand Furniture is a one-stop shopping place with experts who truly care, and they want to help you make your house a home.
Grand Furniture is a family-run organization that started out with one store in 1947 and has now expanded to 6 locations in Hampton Roads and 1 outlet to service our customers. I'm Jackie. I'm the Visual Merchandise Manager here at Grand Furniture. I take the new merchandise that comes in on a weekly basis and accessorize it and make it an environment that's friendly for the customer. We have an online website where you can research our current ads and you can see what merchandise we have to offer you. And then we encourage you to come into the store, test it out, sit on the sofas, lay on our beds, try out our recliners, and even watch some TV. Customers don't necessarily have to hire an interior designer. We have highly skilled sales associates and visual merchandisers and designers that can assist them with their design needs. We at Grand Furniture want to make your shopping experience the best that you can have in a furniture environment. A sales associate can either assist you every step of the way, or they can give you some room to breathe so you can start feeling your way around and figure out what you want, and then they can assist you when you're ready. Here at Grand, we have a variety of styles to meet your design needs. We have anywhere from contemporary to traditional to transitional and casual. We buy only the best. We get our furniture from all over. We get it from in the United States and out of the United States. We are very selective when we choose our vendors. We want to make sure that they offer the highest quality so we can return that high quality back to our customer. We get in merchandise weekly at our locations, so if you don't see something that you like today, come back next week and I guarantee we'll have something that might be more appealing for you. Grand does give back to our community. We are heavily involved with the military, and we do food bank, and we also provide coats for kids in the wintertime. Grand Furniture prides themselves on offering 3 different ways of financing so we can offer budget-friendly services for our customers. Grand is ideal for customers who are starting over or starting fresh, such as a new married couple, where you can establish brand new credit together. So interest-free guarantee, Grand is here for you. Grand prides himself in their repeat customers, so when you get married, have children, and then their children have children, they often will come back and buy from us. We want to make sure that you have the best shopping experience you can have, whether it's buying furniture, appliances, accessories, or kids' furniture. So come see us at Grand.
Grand Furniture knows how personal furnishing your home is because they started out as a family business. Speaking of families, with all those family members coming into town for the wedding, you may need something to take the edge off. And nothing can do that more than a little bloody and a lot of merry. When we come back, we have a really fun surprise, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to YurView, the ultimate wedding show. Bridesmaids can have a lot of responsibilities, but none is more important than making sure everybody is happy. Karen, thank you so much for letting me steal your kitchen for the day.
Thank you for bringing the party.
Absolutely. One way that bridesmaids can make everybody happy is hosting a great brunch. So here we have a Bloody Mary bar. And one great thing about doing a Bloody Mary bar is you can have a ton of options so that everybody can make it theirs and everyone's gonna be happy.
I don't think I have ever seen this much stuff. This is a whole meal in a glass.
Absolutely.
I like that.
And that's kind of the fun of it, is you can add anything you want and make it huge. So you wanna get started?
Yes, yes.
All right, so I'm gonna hand you the vodka.
Okay.
If you wanna start with the base, then we can kind of walk through all the different options we have.
I'm gonna grab a glass because that helps.
Right.
And if you wanna pass me the ice, it's kind of hot today.
So what we have here is we have shrimp, we have pickles, we have pepperoni, we have carrots, tomatoes, cheese, we even have donuts. So you can make something that is sweet and savory. You can make something super hot. You can make something even like Asian inspired and add soy sauce to it.
Typically put what, about an ounce and a half of vodka in a Bloody Mary? Okay.
To start.
Just to start. It depends on your day, right?
Right, exactly. Now the funny thing is about Bloody Marys, I feel like, is if you ask anybody, everybody likes it differently.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would imagine you have some crazy wedding stories.
You know what? I do. I think the best part about a wedding is the community, like the family feel of it, the time before. I mean, it's a party, yeah, but you don't want it to be like a 3-hour party. You want it to be like a 3-day party.
All right, I don't even know what I'm putting in here, but I'm just putting it all in. I'm talking and...
I'm gonna put a little bit of Worcestershire.
Okay.
And I'm weird and a sodium freak, so I'm gonna do some soy sauce.
Okay. I don't usually put Worcestershire, but I'm just putting it all in today.
All right, so I'm gonna dig into all these different options. So we have some cheese.
Maybe I'll just eat the cheese. Here's my problem. I would eat the bar before it made it into the Bloody Mary.
I've gotten like 6 sticks going on here. Just
pass me the shrimp?
Here you go. You know what? There are so many great options for brunch type, you know, cocktails. So a great one that I love is like a screwdriver. So we can do vodka and orange juice.
And I like that because you have the vodka already. Right. And you've got the orange juice, and it's very healthy. You got vitamin C.
Yeah. You could also do mimosas, tequila sunrise.
Ooh, tequila sunrise, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. That's a great.
That's like an old school drink.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You get
gonna
the
have one of each.
And you get the orange juice. All the benefits.
All right, look at that.
I gotta get some potato wedges. Oh yeah. So it's really fun because it's hilarious, but you also have an entire meal.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you get to sip cocktails with Karen from Cooking from the Heart as a job, it's a good day. Every bride knows that it is an essential component of their wedding day to find the perfect photographer. But how do you know who to choose to make sure that you capture those special memories? Heather from Turtle and Hair Photography is here to give us some hints on how to pick the perfect photographer for your special day.
I started my business in 2014. I'm Heather Wiederholt, and I'm the owner and photographer for Turtle and Hair Photography. My husband and I, we both have a passion for photography and a love for people. And so what I love about shooting weddings is getting to be a part of people's big day. It's one of the biggest days in people's lives, and it's such an honor and a privilege to get to celebrate a couple's love story with them and just to be immersed in their relationship and their relationship with all their family and friends and be surrounded by that. Some of my favorite moments during weddings are these little tiny details that happen between family members and friends, like maybe a grandfather dancing with his granddaughter or a special joke that happens between cousins. It's great to see all these little things and be able to capture them, and sometimes it's moments that the bride and groom aren't even aware are happening. I would encourage couples to really take a good look at the portfolio of different photographers to get a feel for their style, to find somebody that's a good stylistic fit. I'd also recommend asking lots of questions. I always recommend our couples to feel free to ask us questions from point A to point Z. We know lots of things about photography timelines and the process of how it works, just different things that couples should be aware of when they're planning out their day. Our goal is to make couples completely comfortable during their wedding day. We want them to be immersed in the moment and to really not even be aware that we're there catching all those tiny details. And so it's really about them and making them feel comfortable. For that process, we want them to be aware that we're not going to be in their face, because when they look back on their photos, we want it to be a memory of, oh my gosh, this was this great moment when you whispered this great thing in my ear, and not, oh, this was this moment when the photographer was 3 inches from my face with a lens. Typically, we book weddings 9 to 12 months before a wedding, but we can talk up to 18 months before a wedding, and as little as 3 months if we have the booking available. Elopements are a wonderful opportunity to be in an intimate setting with a couple and they're just their closest family and friends. We do offer that service, and I'd encourage any couple considering an elopement to contact us. Your special and unique day matters to us, and so do you.
Those wedding memories pass by so quickly, so it's essential to make sure that you get the correct photographer to capture those memories. Be sure to send us those videos. We would love to put them on the show. Like us on Facebook, and if you missed any of this episode, you can always watch it on YurView.com. That's it for this episode of I Do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Who says you can't have all the flavors all the time? It's your wedding day. It should be as unique as you are. At Gigi's Cupcakes, they have a variety of flavors so that you can have every... Sorry, my hair messed me up. Ah! Life doesn't always happen according to plan. Now I've got myself all messed up. Okay. Those special wedding moments pass by so quickly, so it's essential to make sure that you get the correct photographer that you can, sorry, you hear that? You hear this? I need some water. Speaking of families, with all those family members coming into town for the wedding, you may need something to take off the buzz. The butt. Today on the show, we're talking about the day that every bride looks forward to, the moment she becomes a princess. Welcome to I Do, the ultimate wedding show. I'm your host, Chelsea Cardwell. Today on the show, we are at Virginia Beach, Virginia at Studio I Do Bridal. So how really do you go from liking a Pinterest picture to walking down the aisle in the dress of your dreams? Let's take a look. Amy Lee, thank you so much for meeting with me.
You're welcome.
So I heard that you got your wedding dress at Studio I Do, right?
I did. I purchased back in November of last year for my August wedding.
Awesome, great. Well, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
It's very exciting. I know it's a really fun time.
It's fun.
It's fun, overwhelming.
There's a lot to do,
Yes, absolutely. So with that, what was the process like when you were going through? Did you find a Pinterest or?
I think, like most brides, I was very much into searching the internet. When I go to other weddings, I'm idolizing what the bride's wearing, just kind of trying to check out, is it gonna be big, is it gonna be small? So I did do a lot of research as far as looking for dresses, but I kind of still didn't know what I wanted as far as you know, what kind of style or anything like that. I was kind of open to just kind of whatever looks great.
Right, right. So I wonder if that makes it harder when you come in to a beautiful shop like this and you have so many options.
It does, because I did kind of one of those things that brides shouldn't do. I went on a spree looking for dresses, and I think I've been in every dress shop in the state of Virginia and the neighboring states.
Wow.
I got very panicky that I'm not going to find the right dress. So I probably tried on 50, 60 dresses just randomly looking. I liked pieces of stuff, but there wasn't just anything that clicked. And nobody could help me figure out how to make my vision come true.
Right. So what was the process like when you walked into Studio I Do?
I walked in and there's literally everybody's smiling, everybody's so excited. Like I felt like I was the bride right there. I was the center of attention. I was the center of attention. I came in and I actually got to sit down with one of the stylists and we kind of talked through looking at pictures and just kind of seeing what I thought.
And what specifically in each picture you liked.
Yes, exactly. As far as trying to figure out how we could make my jargon of nonsense, per se, in my head be real, be something I could physically touch and physically, you know, wear.
Right. And so what was your dress like? What did you have in mind?
Literally, I had everything from a piece of a Badgley to the bottom of a Haley Page to the tightness of a Maggie to, I mean, literally, I was all kinds of screwed up when it comes to what I wanted. But the cool thing is through trying on dresses, my stylist really listened to what I was wanting. We were trying on all these different pieces. And I tried on a previous dress and we basically took little pieces. And that's what was so awesome about my experience at Studio I Do, was the fact that we customized my dress, all the little fine details. So we actually ended up taking off a piece from another dress and added it to my dress.
Oh, wow.
And it was in that moment that it was just like, we're done.
Right.
We are done, drop the mic, like,
it's literally
I'm
one
walking
of a kind.
down the aisle too. So yeah.
What made Studio I Do different from all of the other stores that you went to?
I can honestly say the personal experience and the knowledge that the stylists had. Just even down to like customizing and looking for accessories to what to talk about when you go for alterations. Really kind of painting a picture around the dress.
If you had one piece of advice for other brides that are starting this process, what would it be?
I would say just go ahead and come to Studio I Do first. Like really from start to finish, it's been the best experience. So, you know, that's my advice.
Thank you so much, Amy Lee, again, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I cannot wait to wear my dress.
There is no question that Studio I Do is the very best choice when purchasing a wedding dress with enough time in advance. Now that we understand the process of buying a wedding gown in the traditional way, we stopped by Here and Now Bridal to speak to someone who had a more urgent need. Kiana, it is so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you.
First off, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
When did you get married?
I got married last August.
Oh, awesome. I bet it was an amazing ceremony.
Yes, my best day of my life.
Oh, that's awesome. So you actually got your wedding dress here?
I did, yes. I basically found this place with my mom and sister. We were driving by on Laskin and we saw this place. It was my first time looking for a wedding gown. And I decided to walk in because the title of the store, Here and Now Bridal, is what caught my attention because I was on a time crunch. So I was kind of like, let me just try and see what they have. Right. And then I walked in and the consultant explained everything to me, how the store works, and I also had a great experience as well.
So you said time crunch. What was that looking like for you?
Yes, I only had about 5 months to plan my entire wedding.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
No pressure.
Yeah. So I started with the wedding gown because that's basically the most important thing in the process. So I wanted to get that out the way because I wanted to make sure I had the perfect dress and I looked absolutely gorgeous on my wedding day.
Right, right. And most bridal shops, you have to order and wait 4 to 6 months, right?
Definitely, yes, yes.
So when you walked in, can you tell me a little bit about that experience?
Yes, so I came in, I was greeted by a great consultant. She was very warm. I felt like I was at home with her. She made me feel very comfortable about myself. And we went through different gowns. I tried on different styles. And when I found my wedding gown, I felt very comfortable in it. I felt like it was me.
Did you have an idea before you came in of what kind of gown you were dreaming about?
I honestly didn't. I looked on Pinterest first for ideas, but I honestly was so lost with that type of thing because I was like, like, I don't know what I look good in, so I just want to try a few silhouettes to see what I really looked best in.
What kind of design did you end up picking?
It was classified as a ball gown. The top is fully beaded, silver beading. The bottom came out with a white tulle. It was very beautiful.
And the best part about this bridal shop in particular is that you were able to take your dress home that day, right?
Yes, when the consultant explained that I could find my dress today and take it home with me the same day, I was impressed. I was amazed at how quick the process would be and how I could have it to myself and not have to worry about the hassle of ordering online or anything.
Right.
It was just quick for me, and it's what I needed with my time crunch as well.
Right. It seems as though they're able to keep the elegance and the fun and just the beauty of your dress, but remove all the hassle.
Yes, of course, and that's what I loved about it too. My dress was amazing as it was, and I got to take it home with me, and the price on it was honestly the best price I've seen so far from a wedding shop, and I felt like you can't get a better deal than that.
That's amazing. So you mentioned that when you came in, the consultant sat you down and took you through what the process was going to look like. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, so when I came in, we first started by talking about my wedding and what it was going to be like and what I was kind of looking for. So I explained to her, my wedding isn't going to be a huge thing, but I do want a beautiful, elegant gown that's simple but still very pretty and that will make me stand out. And then she explained how we'll look through on all the racks and see what styles I'm liking, and I'll get to pick, and she'll pull them for me. And she also helped me get them on as well. And I got to see them in a full mirror and basically pick my favorites, and that's how I picked my dress.
That's awesome. So I heard that you were starting to look for a job a few months after your wedding, right?
Yes, so it was actually going to be my second job. I saw that the manager posted on Instagram about it, and I was like, well, why not apply? Because I honestly loved my experience so much, and I felt like it was basically like home. So I feel like, why not give other brides that same experience?
Right, if a girl's got a secret, you gotta tell your friends.
Definitely.
And I love that you had such an amazing experience that you wanted to make sure that every bride that comes in feels that same feeling, right?
Yes, honestly, it felt amazing when I found my perfect dress at my dream price. So I immediately started thinking, why not be part of that same process and help these brides find a beautiful gown, whether they're in a time crunch or they just want to plan way ahead of time, and they could take it home with them as well and have that same feeling that I had.
Now, coming in here, getting a dress, leaving in 30 minutes sounds awesome. But what happens if I need to come in and get an alteration? Do you offer that?
Yes, we actually have 2 in-house seamstresses. They offer their services, and they are the best seamstresses that we have worked with. We do offer other seamstresses as well, but ours are definitely the top recommended.
So it's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
That's great. So when we walked in, I saw this piece of art, basically, with this beautiful dress with all these signatures on it. Can you tell me what that is?
Yes, so that is our signature dress. If you buy a dress with us, you get to sign it, and it's on there forever, pretty much.
And it really makes you a part of the family.
Yes, definitely. And I got to sign that as well, and it just felt like so much fun. It felt like it was a normal type of thing. It was different for me, but it felt like it was meant for me to do this, you know?
You said something about being able to know it's right there. I think that's a good point, because a lot of the time when you order a dress, you know, you try it on the sample, but for those months that you're waiting for that dress to show up, you're like, is it actually gonna be what it was, you know? And the ability to have it with you and know for certain that that is one thing off your list and it is perfect for you.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like that makes the process way easier, just knowing you have your perfect gown. You don't have to worry about whether or not it'll fit right at the last minute. Everything here, I mean, you just see it and you know that it's your perfect gown.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's been so fun to meet you.
Thank you, you too.
And congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
I just love how every experience and each bride's journey is uniquely theirs, and it's one of a kind to their love story. Choosing a wedding dress is a very personal event, and some brides prefer to do it in a more intimate setting. For an additional fee, Studio I Do has a perfect solution: their private room. This luxurious space can accommodate up to 8 guests. You have one-on-one time with a personal consultant to help you with your selection, and of course, a champagne toast when you say yes to the perfect dress. For this exclusive experience, make sure to reserve their private room in advance. When we come back, I get to sneak behind the scenes and see what makes those Gigi's cupcakes so dang addicting. Stay tuned. On your special day, you want everything to be perfect, from the venue to your dress, and let's not forget the cake. But why settle for one flavor when you can have them all? That's where Gigi's Cupcakes comes in. But what makes these cupcakes so incredible? Local Gigi's owner, Katrin Young, took me for a behind-the-scenes look at how these delicious mini cakes are made.
Oh my goodness, it smells like pure joy in here.
It definitely is. Today we're making our wedding cake. Would you like to take with me?
I'm so excited.
Wonderful. All right, so put on your official Gigi's apron.
All right, so how do we start?
First, we start with our wet ingredients. So we do the melted butter.
Okay.
Next, we have our buttermilk.
And this should make about how many cupcakes?
About 30 cupcakes.
Wow.
And then one of our secrets, sour cream. All right, and then water. Okay. And then this is all the Gigi's secrets.
Oh,
Can't tell you what it is.
Okay.
But these are our dry ingredients.
Okay. I know the secret.
Alright, and then we just start it.
Wow.
And we let this mix together for about 5 minutes until everything is completely incorporated.
And it does all of it on its own?
Yes.
That's great.
And then once it's incorporated, we scoop it into our liners. So once we're done scooping, we put it in the oven at 315 for 18 to 22 minutes.
Okay.
We pull it out, let it cool for about 15 to half an hour.
And that's probably important, right?
Absolutely. It would melt the buttercream if we don't let it cool. Yeah.
I would make that mistake.
And then right over here is where we decorate the cupcakes. This is our wedding cake, and we decorate it with our homemade vanilla bean buttercream. And we do our signature Gigi swirl in every cupcake. So we start in a up and down position, go around. All right.
Oh my gosh, you make that look so easy, and it's not. 3 tiers.
Yes, and then we use our non-perios to decorate the wedding.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been amazing. I've learned so much. Biggest question of the day. Can we get to the best part now?
Absolutely. Take your pick.
Okay. I gotta go for this lemon shortbread. I mean, the fact that you make the shortbread yourself, it has custard on the inside, right?
Yes.
This is really big. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm in heaven right now. I love you.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Thank you for making this.
It's so good, guys. Okay, so you have the dress, check. Venue, caterer, photographer, all check. So what are you missing? Hello, you want to look like a princess on your special day, so you have to make sure that you get the right hair and makeup people, like these gorgeous gals.
It's really important to have your hair and makeup done by professionals on your wedding day. You're paying so much money for your photographer and your videographer and your florals and your dress, so you want to make sure that lasts throughout the whole night. And in your pictures, you want to make sure that it shows up, and so everyday makeup's not really going to cut it. You want it to last all night long and be perfect, so why spend so much money on a dress and everything else and then have that other piece missing? I am Leah Laviano, the master artist and owner of Blush Tones, and we are a makeup company specializing in airbrush, serving the Hampton Roads, Virginia area and beyond.
I'm Amberly with Flawless Beauty on Site, and we offer hair services for special occasions in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area and beyond. With our 2 companies, so Flawless Beauty on Site and Blush Tones, so we are 2 separate companies, but the great thing is that we partner together. So we have always worked together since the companies have started. So all of our stylists and artists, they know each other. So when preparing for your big day and trying to decide who's gonna do your hair and makeup, a lot of times it's just a lot easier and it's a lot smoother booking all of your trial appointments, scheduling the timing for a day of, because we do work together and we do know how each other work. It just makes everything run a lot smoother.
So here at Blush Tones, we actually specialize in airbrush makeup. So what that does is that we actually spray it on. We're not without using using sponges or brushes, so it's a lot cleaner than using your traditional application. And not only that, but you're also gonna last all night long. It has a wear of 18+ hours, sometimes longer depending on your skin, sometimes a little bit less depending on if you have really oily skin, but it is gonna last a lot longer than traditional. It's gonna be transfer resistant, water resistant, and it's really gonna stay matte and nice and pretty all night long. We both do on-location hair and makeup because on your wedding day you don't want to be having a million things going on. What if it's raining? What if it's really humid? What if there's ice on the road? So we come to you to make sure that you're nice and stress-free. So there's really no need to go to an actual salon. We serve the Hampton Roads, Virginia location and beyond, so we'll come to you on your wedding day. We do any number of bridal party members. We can do anyone from just the bride, or we've done a party of like 14 people. So we have a team of artists, both of Flawless On Site and Blush Tones both have a team, so we're able to service any amount of bridal party members that you have.
For hair, so a bridal party anywhere from, same thing, a bride up to 14. We do include the mothers, flower girls, so
the
we
grooms.
can do, yeah, we've even done the groom's hair and makeup before. So anybody within the wedding is able to come to us and have their hair and makeup done. So with our services, we do book pretty quickly for our peak season, so normally like our May and June or September and October dates, but we get bookings about a year out, but we can also, for those brides that decide to elope, as long as we have any artists or stylists available, we make sure that we're available. If you're interested in booking us, you can visit both either the website, so blushtones.com, or Flawless On Site, and you can fill out an inquiry form.
That really gives us all of your information, so it's easiest rather than reaching us through email. Our website will gather all of your info so we can get you all the details as quickly as possible. We also suggest checking out our work. You know, we'd like to service every bride possible, but we're not always everybody's style. So make sure you check us out on Instagram at mine is just at Blush Tones,
and mine is at Flawless HR.
I wonder what it would take to convince them to move in with me. While I work on that, let's take a break. When we come back, we're gonna be all about the bedroom, so stay tuned. Welcome back. Sometimes couples can have challenges in the bedroom. I'm talking about furniture. Luckily, at Grand Furniture, they have experts that can help transform his and hers into ours. I'm at the Grand Furniture showroom. I'm with Jackie and Steven, and you guys are visual merchandisers, yes, correct? So what does that mean?
That means that we take all the furniture and accessories in the business and foo-foo it up and make it beautiful and make it more of a pleasant shopping environment for the customer.
Right. When you actually get married, you combine two households, right? How in the heck do you do that in a bedroom where it's essential to have relaxation and be calm?
That is probably one of the most difficult situations when it comes to merging two families or two lifestyles. A lot of times the men don't want something a little more on the foo-foo feminine side, and women don't want something so masculine. And you definitely want to keep it romantic and light and a place to relax. Right. So when you're merging two lifestyles and being eclectic, it's a key to keep one common element and then blend things around that. So for instance, we have a seafoam green here that is, you know, the common element.
We have two sets here. This is a masculine set.
Okay.
That can be made more feminine with accessories and bedding, and same with this set, and more feminine and can be made into more masculine, also with bedding and accessories.
And a lot of times you don't need to spend a whole lot of money, although we would enjoy you to kind of spend money in Grand Furniture, but you don't need to spend a lot of money. You can use the elements that you already have in your home that helps with some of your expenses of starting out.
Awesome. So can you kind of show me a little bit of what you were talking about merging these two beds to make one unique design?
Absolutely. Cool. So like Steven mentioned, we have a more feminine bedroom that perhaps the lady may have introduced, and it looks very, very soft and very feminine. So we can definitely show you how by simply switching out the bedding, the pillows and the bedspread, over to a more masculine bed that maybe the gentleman brought into the relationship, how we can blend the two and how quick and easily it can be done with just simple accessories.
So that was absolutely amazing. You did that so fast.
Thank you.
And they both look completely different.
Thank you.
So if somebody in our audience has a question and they want to come in and have y'all design their new house for you, is that something you offer?
We will be more than happy to answer any questions for any customers. We can help them start all over or how to tie in what they already have. Our sales associates are also great professionals and designers, so we can help out with ourselves or with the sales associates.
And I've heard that you guys get new things in almost daily.
Correct, yes. With the Grand Company, we get in things 5 days a week.
So you truly can pick out something that's unique and not everyone in the neighborhood's gonna have.
Correct, exactly, because you can pick and choose what you like to your personal taste or what will work in with your existing furniture.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Did you have a memorable wedding experience that is totally worth sharing? Send it to us and it could be on the show. Like us on Facebook for any updates, and if you missed any of the show, you can watch it on YurView.com. That's it for this episode of I Do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay tuned, because when we come back, I'm going to sneak behind the scenes and see what makes those Gigi's cupcakes so dang addicting. Stay tuned. Said it twice. Thanks so much, Amy Lee. It's been awesome to chat with you, and congratulations.
Thank you. I'm super excited to wear my dress.
I'm sure you are. When we come back, we're going to be talking about how you're... So you mentioned that when you came in, the consultant sat you down and let me take that one more time. Sorry. So you mentioned that when you